Anybody have a question for Patrice and his ways of thinking? Anybody in a situation they need a little advice?
God, you're on line one.
Right. Anybody out there want to ask Patrice a question about relationships, sex in general?
It's just not even.
But you just have a way about you when it comes to this stuff.
Just,
yeah, let's see if anybody's got anything. Anybody?
They call it misogyny, but it's just not. Girls just don't want to be with a guy that they have to run.
Well, let's see. Anybody want to?
Do you mind coming over here? Yeah, you're putting them on the spot. They might have to think about the questions a little bit.
We got a couple. Here's a young lad.
Patrice, how you doing, mate?
How are you? First of all, your problem is you're not circumcised.
Hey, he's our friend from down under.
Yeah, mate.
What's
I was
going
going to
on?
ask Patrice, how do you bring up eating asshole with your girlfriend? How do you just
You don't bring up
into
nothing. There's no way you can ask your girl to do anything sexual, and she goes, okay, practice saying to yourself, hey, can I lick your asshole? She has to say fucking no. So what you do is you just do assholey things. First of all, any bitch who doesn't want her asshole licked is an asshole. Like, that's not fucking her in the ass. Licking her ass is such a pleasurable thing, you just do it. That's one of those things you just do.
Yeah, but these are average guys. They don't have the game like you, so you gotta give something.
When you're eating a pussy, eat a pussy from behind, doggy style, and stick your face in it and do assholey things. Like if you're licking a pussy from doggy style, have your nose near her asshole, breathing hot air, or nose.
This is, oh my God, Patrice.
On her asshole, and she'll feel, and then she'll just want something. It's just like how you get the girl to spit. You just introduce spitting somehow. Like you tell her, oh, just spit on it, and she'll do the girl tooey, but you just spit now exists. It's there. So you do things around her asshole, and then asshole is in the picture. How do you do anything without asshole being in the picture anyway? If you're fucking with the pussy, that's your fault.
So you just got to introduce it into your life. Like
just do
maybe
it.
turn all the chairs in your apartment upside down.
Just
something.
Or eat a lot of mushrooms.
Just somehow introduce it into
you
your
don't ask them. They can't.
day-to-day life.
No girl can. They want to be tricked into being whores.
It's not. That's not the right phrasing, Patrice. But oh man, he's hilarious. But yeah. So it's not about that. Girl has to maintain her appearance of being a good girl, right? And so you can't ask for stuff. It's like Rollo Tomasi, right? It's the just get it thing. Women want a guy who just gets it, right? So you don't ask, you assume the sale. You know that she wants it. You just gotta bring it out of her. Hello and welcome to heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, newly revamped, posting weekly content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe. Again, it's patreon.com/theheliosblog. You could also drop me a donation like Tom M here, shout outs to him. Link is in the description. Let's continue.
You cannot ask a girl, can I do anything?
Literally.
First of all, she's going to go, this fucking faggot
Literally.
asking me shit.
Yeah.
Asking, can I? No, that's like pulling a hair. It has to be animal. Because
Yeah, you are the top. Women are hypergamous. They want a guy who's superior to them. So, of course, if you ask, it implies she's superior to you, which already ruins the dynamic. Already.
half the shit all a girl would do up to her is lay on her back. This is another reason why my girl, and again, I don't want to say this in that because she can leave, but she's like, some guy goes, can I pull your hair, beautiful? She'll go, you faggot motherfucker. Punch me in the face. She would have to get, because see, as a man, I can get any woman to do anything disgusting. Because that's my thing, my thing is manipulation. Girls cannot figure out a way to get a guy to lick her asshole when her ex-boyfriend did it. She got there's no technique to going, listen, my ex-boyfriend used to like shove his balls in my mouth so I couldn't breathe. Is it possible you can do that? Uncircumcised cock?
Yeah, she's never going to say that because again, the girl like doesn't even want you to know that she had a guy before you, right? So.
All right. Anybody else have a question out there? Anybody else brave enough to ask Patrice a sex question? Here we go.
What's up, guys? Hi. Well, Patrice, my girlfriend hasn't gone down on me in like 3 years. How do I get her to start doing it again?
You really...
Oh, boy. First of all, let the audience laugh at you. Wow.
Tough game.
It is Point and Laugh Friday, so here's
That's
a great
rough.
opportunity.
That's
You want her
rough.
to suck your dick? Make her convert from Judaism.
That was funny. That was funny.
You know what it is? Without just saying fucking leave her, what you do is you step your sex game up to such a level and don't ask for nothing from her. She'll get competitive because she'll go, I don't want him to leave me and go do these things he's doing to me to some other broad.
That's smart. Yeah, that's right. You never ask for it. That's the thing, right? So, in bedroom fun, if you have to ask, it's over, right? You do you, and if she doesn't give you what you want over the long term, then you leave and get a girl who does, right? But no, Patrice is absolutely right about this.
What you do is have an ethic about how you make her come without asking anything. So you eat a pussy, whatever she do, you make her lose her mind and then go, nope, that's fine. Like you jerk off. Like after you take care of her, you beat off or something and she'll go, you don't want me to do anything? Nah, don't worry about it. And she'll get competitive and then she'll start sucking your dick.
Thank you, Patrice.
All right, let's go to the phones. Melanie in Philly. Melanie. Hey.
I know that you're taking audience questions, so I have a question for Patrice. I don't mind that a guy goes down and eats my asshole, but there's a difference between him going down and eating my pussy and then kissing me and then eating my asshole and kissing me. I can't handle that. So
yeah, because you're saying that you're not handling it because that's what you're supposed to say. But
when you go down there, it's all holds barred. When you're feeling good and you're moaning, you're crying, that's great.
Is there anything wrong with your asshole, ma'am?
There's nothing.
Because there's nothing dirty about the hole itself. It's the inside. I'm not licking your lower intestines, bitch. I'm licking your clean asshole.
You just lick my asshole and you want me to like kiss you.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yes. Do you clean your booty hole?
Yes.
Then what the fuck is the problem?
It's hilarious show. Sorry guys, This is actually amazing. I have like there's no like analysis you can do here. Oh man, but no, Patrice is right. The reason she's saying that is because she has to virtue signal. She has to show like what a nice girl, what a good girl she is to the audience, to the people listening, right? That's female nature, right? They don't want to be kicked out of the group, so.
Because
it's the same thing as a twat. Like the pussy is infinitely nastier than the fucking asshole. Than the actual knot. The balloon knot is not. It should be clean as a whistle.
This is where the difference between man versus woman comes.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's why women should just not be allowed to ever discuss two things in terms of being a professional: fucking and funny. Being funny. And having sex. You're not allowed to have your own idea about sex because you don't know. Because let me ask you a question. Isn't there something...
Well, you're doing it to us, though. We should be able to have some kind of say in that.
You know what I don't like? The fact
shouldn't.
that she sounds like Jimmy's mom.
She asked the same type of questions.
That was funny. Can
I ask you a quick question real quick, ma'am? How many times have you said to yourself, like, think about when you was younger and you just started fucking where you go... I'll never do that. And now you do that.
She's gone.
Okay.
She's
well.
gone. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Okay.
Women just
I don't know where she went. Let's,
We got Troy from Pennsylvania. Troy.
Hey, Patrice.
Shut up.
I love him.
Hey, Patrice, you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hey, Patrice. I've been married for 17 years. I married my wife. She was 19, really hot. and now after 17 years, she's got about 40 extra pounds. How can I get her to just kind of ease out all that weight, man, without just saying, look, you repulse me. I do not want to touch you. How can I do that, man?
You step your game up to such a high level, right? Like my girl, she look good. Sometimes I get lazy, and you stop dressing nice. What you do is you start putting on your "I'm going to get another bitch" attitude on without telling her. You don't say, "Hey, get your shit together." You wear a top hat and a tuxedo now when you go to the store, and that bitch will go, "Oh my God," and you'll see that bitch on the treadmill tomorrow. Trust me.
Right. That's absolutely true. So if you see that your girl is stepping it down, you step it up, and she's gonna be like, "Oh no, he must be looking for another girl. He must be going after his other options. He must be pursuing somebody else. He's chasing excellence. He's being strong. He's being powerful. Some other girl is gonna want him, and she's gonna compete." Absolutely true. That's what Patrice is describing is using dread. That's what that is.
Or a simplest solution, sir, if that doesn't work, is on the screensaver. You get a scrolling screensaver that just says "fat cunt."
Wow. What is this?
Man, because I tell you what, she's like your soldier. She wants to go every night, and it just makes me sick, man. Sick.
Wow.
Yeah, she not.
You're in a fucked up place.
He's first of all, he's already used to her. And now she's becoming a little unattractive. You just got to put on your. First of all, I tell my girl all the time. She sees me talking to girls. I say, look, you know how I'm attracted to you? You're an object. You're physically. You know why you're attracted to me? Because I know how to fucking talk and make things sound sexy. How the fuck am I going to do that when you don't want to hear that bullshit from me no more? I got to go do it to other bitches. If other bitches don't want to fuck me, how you going to want to fuck me? So you got to go out and be super fuckable, and she will step up her shit. Trust me, because you sound like a depressed dude who's sinking down further into her world, which is like, ugh.
And you know what, Patrice? I'm not a bad-looking guy. I work out. I'm really fit. And I could go out and do better physically. I mean, we got kids together, and I do love her. But everywhere I go, I have no problem meeting women, and I just look at her, and I look at this nice young woman that's flirting with me, and I just, damn, I could just move her right on.
That's right, but don't threaten her with it. Just let it happen. It's happening. And you know what, dude? Don't be such a pussy. Go get some side. Don't.
That's called dread. By the way, that's called dread.
Get some side, dude. Get some side pussy. Like, don't be such a fucking. Don't be so. This is gonna destroy. Go get some dirty girl and do that. And your wife will go. Why doesn't he give a shit about me? Just don't tell her. Give her kisses. I love you so much, sweetie. Because she innately fucking knows. That's what women do. They try to make their men unsexy. That's the plan. They're the enemy. They come in and find a man that's the shit. And then they try to bring them down and make them feel good about themselves. That's why I say if your bitch don't hate you, you're not in a good relationship.
That's accurate. That is accurate. If she doesn't at least hate you a little bit. No, it's true. Absolutely true. Okay. Asterisk. From Rolo Tomasi. Last week saw the publication of the latest paper by Dr. Stephen Gangstad and Dr. Maury Hasselton titled Human Estrus Implications for Relationship Science. By the way, I should probably do that. Human Estrus. 1 second, I'm writing it down. I'm going to put that on my Patreon. Human Estrus Implications for Relationship Science. All right. Anyone who's read The Rational Male for more than a year is probably familiar with my citing Dr. Hasselton in various posts. Her catalog of research has been part of my sidebar since before I began Rational Male. But both she and Dr. Gangstad are among the foremost notable researchers in the areas of human bedroom fun and applied evolutionary psychology. This week's post, I'll be riffing on what this paper proposes with regard to a condition of estrus in women. In the introduction section of The Rational Male, I relate a story of how in my red pill formative years I came to a connection of dots, so to speak. While I was studying behavioral psychology and personality, a great many issues jumped out to me with regards to how many of the principles of behavioral psychology could be applied to inter-bedroom fun relations. For instance, the basic concepts of intermittent reinforcement and behavioral modification seem to me an obvious and learned practice of women in achieving some behavioral effect on men by periodically rewarding them with bedroom fun intermittently. Operant conditioning and establishing operations also dovetailed seamlessly into the RP concepts and awareness I'd been developing for several years prior to finishing my degree. Since then, the ideas I formed have naturally become more complex than these simple foundations, but what I only learned by error was how thoroughly disconnected both students and teachers were with what I saw as obvious connections. I met obstinate resistance to flat denial when I wrote papers or gave dissertations about the interplay between the foundations of behaviorism and interpersonal relationships. It was one thing to propose that men would use various aspects to their own advantage, but it was offensive to suggest that women would commonly use behavioral modification techniques to achieve their hypergamous ends. This peer resistance was especially adamant when I would suggest that women had a subconscious pre-knowledge of these techniques. I never thought I had brass balls for broaching uncomfortable considerations like this. I honestly and probably naively assumed that what I was proposing had already been considered by academia long before I'd come to it. I was actually introduced to the work of Dr. Haselton during this time, and along with Dr. Warren Farrell, she's gone on to become one of my go-to sources in respect to the connection between contemporary behavioral dots with theories of practical evolved function in inter-bedroom fun dynamics. So it's Haselton and Farrell. Okay. I owe much of what I propose on rational males to this interplay, and while I doubt Haselton would agree with all of what I or the manosphere propose, I have to credit her and her colleagues' work for providing me many of the dots I would connect. I understand that there are still evopsych skeptics in the manosphere, but I find that much of what passes for their piecemeal skepticism is generally rooted in a desire to stubbornly cling to comforting BP idealisms. That said, I'd never ask any reader to take what I propose here on faith. But personally, I found that the questions proposed by evopsych reflect many of the observations I had in my college days. Hypergamous duplicity. For the social theater of the feminine imperative, one of the more galling developments in psychological studies to come out in the past 15 years has been the rise of evopsych. The natural pivot for the imperative in dealing with evopsych has been to write off any concept unflattering to the feminine as being speculative or proving a biased perspective. By M-word researchers, while gladly endorsing and cherry-picking any and all evopsych premises that reinforce the feminine or confirm a positive feminine primacy. Up until the past 2 years or so, there was a staunch resistance to the concept of hypergamy, known as bedroom fun pluralism in evopsych, and the dual natures of women's bedroom fun strategy. Before then, the idea of AFBB, or alpha seed beta need, was dismissed as biased, sociologically based, and any biological implications or incentives for hypergamy were downplayed as inconclusive by feminine-centric media. However, the recent embrace of open hypergamy and sandbergism of the last 2 years has set this narrative on its head, and the empowered women who found the idea of their own bedroom fun pluralism so distasteful are now openly endorsing, if not proudly relishing, their roles in a new empowerment of hypergamous duplicity. So here's effectively what it says. Your beta qualities are officially worthless to today's women. Here's the quote. For those of you that aren't aware, women now are often out-earning men, and more of them receive college degrees than men. As of now, there aren't really any programs to help guys out. Assuming this trend continues, what do you think will happen to dating? I think that attractive women will have their pick regardless. However, for a lot of women, trying to lock down a guy in college will be more of a big deal. I don't think hookup culture will disappear, but will definitely decrease. With the exception of my current boyfriend, I've always earned more than any guy I've dated. It's never been an issue. I just don't have to think about their financials. My attraction is based on their looks and personality. I'm guessing the future will be more of that. I thought this TRP subreddit was an interesting contrast to the estrus theory proposed by Gangstad Haselton paper. Yes, the woman is more than a bit gender egotistical, and yes, her triumphalism about the state of women in college and their earning is built on a foundation of sand, but let's strip this away for a moment. The greater importance to her in relating this and every woman embracing open hypergamy is the prospect of better optimizing the dual nature of the strategy. So here's from Human Estrus. Holy. Okay, I'll just read the first paragraph. In the vast majority of mammalian species, females experience classic estrus or heat, a discrete period of bedroom fun receptivity, welcoming male advances and proceptivity, actively seeking bedroom fun, confined to a few days just prior to ovulation, the fertility window. Only at this time, after all, do females require bedroom fun to conceive offspring. The primate order is exceptional. Although prosimians, lemurs, tarsiers exhibit classic estrus, the vast majority of simian primates, monkeys and apes, are bedroom fun active for at least several days outside of the fertile period. Humans are an extreme case. Women may be bedroom fun receptive or proceptive at any time of the cycle, as well as other non-conceptive periods. And this is, you know, to convince multiple men to invest in them, effectively. Okay, back to this video here.
My bitch hates how much she loves me. She has to. She wants to be equal with me. No, you're not. I'm better than you. And her whole journey is to destroy my life. All you gotta do is stop it from happening. Your wife is succeeding in destroying your life by becoming fat. It's a plan.
Patrice is the last king of Scotland.
Oh man,
That's really good.
hilarious.
You gotta write that.
But no, totally true. The girl, she wants to tear you down because women have a dualistic mating strategy, right? They have AFBB. So they get you as an alpha to be in a relationship with her. Then she tries to tear you down to make you into a beta so that you literally can't get other girls. So you are forced to provide for her in the long term and have no other options. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to like get your good genes and then get your soul provisioning while making sure your genes don't go to other women, because if they do, you have to provision those women too. I mean, that's the old way, but even in modern times, right, it goes like that.
Fuck, I'm telling you, buddy. Ray in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Patrice, I have a question for you, man. I've been dating this girl for a month, man. I haven't fucked her yet. I've been no play
Disaster.
with the goods, you know, here and there, and the bitch won't leave me alone.
Say that
Now, what do you think? Is she crazy, or is she just, I don't know, she's in love with me, I don't know.
See,
I can answer this one. If you haven't had bedroom fun in a month, she's having bedroom fun with another guy, and she's using you for your attention, validation, phone calls, taxi cab services, etc. You're a non-entity to her. You're just useful. She's not interested in having bedroom fun with you. If she was, it would be within 2 days.
what he's saying is he's so
2
fucking
days.
fantastic that the bitch won't leave him alone.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. All I know is, you know, people have been telling me that she's kind of crazy, and she's hot.
He's fucked a girl, and she's a clingy bitch.
The problem's not him. He just told you. I mean, the problem's not her. He just told you what the problem is. First of all, dude, he's calling in to even higher his self-esteem is low. And I'm not even trying to be funny. He goes, guys have warned him that this bitch is crazy. He still fucked with her. He was surprised that he fucked with her because he had to add she was hot just in case. He's not a hot guy. So basically, here's what you should fucking do. You should leave this girl alone and go get a girl that your self-esteem will allow you to deal with. Because you won't even be able to deal with a crazy bitch that's pretty, that's stalking you. He's happy about that. This is what he's saying. I'm getting stalked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, maybe I misheard. Anyway, yeah, we don't deal with, again, the laws of power. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Next, posted on relationship advice 14 hours ago. So, girl is 30. She spent money on an unhoused woman without asking her husband, 27, and now he's upset. Red flag is already in the title. The guy is younger than the girl. It's done. Already it's done. So, what happens is this. These girls get to their, the end of the road, 30, 35, whatever, the wall, and instead of, getting a guy they actually want, 35 plus, which they can't get because 35 plus year old men are looking for 25, 24, 22-year-old women, she goes for a younger guy, right? And has an exploitative relationship where she uses the guy. Anyway, okay, so here's the article. Quick context, I use my own money. I work part-time. My husband pays most of the bills, but I pay for food, gas, and clothing. He wants me to start paying for my phone and home internet. I also do majority of childcare, cleaning, and cooking. I have a severe illness that makes it hard for me to work more than I already do. I also can only work when our child is at school, so it severely limits my employment options. Today I was at a thrift store and I saw an older woman asking people to help her buy some clean clothes. At first I walked away and I felt insanely guilty for doing so. I went back to her and I told her to come inside the store, and I told her I'm just a cleaner so I could help her get some things. I got her a few clean shirts and she mentioned if they didn't fit she'd alter them since she could sew. I sew as well. I mentioned I often buy thread secondhand, and I got her some material and thread so she could make a few things in a nice dress. There's a little damage, but she could fix it with the thread I got her. She thanked me profusely, and I told her I knew what it meant to struggle. I told her before I started working it was hard because my husband never remembered to transfer money, and I remember having to leave a cart full of groceries at the store. Now that I had some extra money, I want to help people when I have the money to do so. My husband told me over text that he was upset with me for doing that. When I told him what happened, I tried to explain that I felt very strongly about helping her, and I set boundaries so I didn't feel like I was taken advantage of. My husband thinks unhoused people are lazy and don't deserve handouts, but I like helping people. I don't know what to do here. I'm freaking out because I know I'm in for an argument as soon as he gets home. I don't know what to do to ease his feelings, like I spend too much money and waste it. I show my bank account every now and again to show him that not only do I have money in my account, I'm somehow saving money slowly over time. I was so tightly controlled when I wasn't working. It was my groceries, gas, and nothing else. I don't want to live like that anymore. We don't see eye to eye on charity, and even though I try to meet him in the middle, I feel so strongly that I'm meant to help people. Usually during fights, I get told that I need therapy or that I'm delusional, so I don't want to argue about this. I also don't want to back down because I strongly feel like I did the right thing. I mean, it's very hard for someone reading this to feel, to disagree with the girl. So, for sure, we're not hearing the whole story, right? For sure, she does some stuff that's sketchy with her money. And so the guy had to tightly control the money. I'll bet. But anyway, let's see the top comment. And the top comment's going to support her. Watch. So he yells at you for spending his money, and he yells at you for spending your money? Is complete submission to him and suppression of all your needs the only way to not get yelled at in your home? Do you see the common denominator here? The more you're willing to give up of yourself to A-word men, the more they'll take. And still it won't be enough to fill their bottomless void of empathy. A-word men don't A-word because they get angry. They get angry because they are A-word. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and then everybody's going to say, the guy is the red flags, everything the guy does is wrong, so on, and no blame to the girl. Yeah, we've seen it all before. All right, we're going to end the video there. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, newly revamped, posting weekly content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe. You could also drop me a donation like Tom M here. Link is in the description. Shout outs to him. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to my videos, especially if you listen to the end. You guys are wonderful. I really appreciate it, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.